every faculty member gave exams, but there was one that they called the exam, the Lawrence exam. If you survived that, you were an amazing person. And that, of course, is John Lawrence, a man who was passionate about knowing every detail about the Bible, and then passionate that you know every detail about the Bible. I used to kid him because his notes got 5 pages longer every year. I said, John, you added 5 pages. Are you going to cut out 5? Oh, no, it's all crucial. Everything he taught was utterly crucial, and he never could cut anything out. So by the end of his time of teaching, the notes got longer and he couldn't even get through them by talking faster, and would just say, and you need to know the last 20 pages of the notes also. I had an interesting evening with students. One of the houses had a student that they thought might be demon-possessed, because this student, very troubled, very smart, but in the middle of the night, he would wake up screaming. And it would happen 2 or 3 times a night. So that dorm house said, we want to invite someone to come and teach us a little about demons and what we should know. And they invited John Lawrence. I heard about it and I said, could I come? And they said, yeah. And I said, I not only want to come and hear John, I want to come all night. And they weren't sure about that, but I was. I wanted to be in the room and stay up all night and pray and see what would happen. Well, the best part of the night, of course, was when we gathered and John Lawrence came and taught. The second best thing about that night was when that student screamed in the middle of the night, he was surrounded by the other men, prayed for until he calmed down and was able to go back to sleep. I was academic dean when John Lawrence got cancer. They didn't discover it, so he was teaching and working for a long time while he was dying and didn't know it. But the last class he taught was on Ecclesiastes. There is a time to be born, a time to die. And that tape of the class, we were taping it because he didn't have much energy, and the second section, we would play the tape rather than him teach it again. And I remember the passage was perfect for the last time that he ever taught the Bible. And then at the end, it touched all of us. He was in such pain. Before he finished the class period, he stopped, got off the chair, and laid down on the floor. Then the video cut. But I'll remember it. A man who was dying and wanted to keep teaching the scriptures that he loved. At his memorial service that I organized, and obviously I got 2 of his sons to share in the service, they shared 2 things I didn't know about John that raised my respect higher than it was. The first thing was, I found out his name wasn't John. He was born Jack. And when he became a Christian, he was zealous. And his father was so mad that he became a Christian and was zealous and wanted to talk about Jesus. His father said, I don't want to be associated with you. I want you to change your name. In respect to his father, he changed his name. John Lawrence was the name that he took, a name that he took because he shared the gospel. One other thing that one of his sons shared was the day that their father came to them. This particular son was a little out of control, and John Lawrence took seriously that a pastor should have his family, his children, under control. So he went to his one son and said, I'm going to step down from ministry and spend time with you so that you really can move closer to Christ. His son was amazed because he knew how much his father loved ministry, the teaching of the Word of God. But at that moment, his son was saying and realizing, my father loves me more than anything he's ever taught.